I had not felt good about church for a number of years. It just didn't feel right. I got involved in different areas and I still struggled with the idea that I didn't feel like I was following God's will. I wasn't sure what that was, but I knew I wasn't there. Off and on during that time, I visited other churches looking for a home, a place where I felt like I could fit in. And it was really strange, as somebody that had been a leader in my church for years, just to feel uncomfortable in my spiritual home and not be able to find another one. In September, I was talking with some friends at lunch one afternoon about how I felt, and I discovered I wasn't the only one. That was very encouraging. Within a week or so, I was praying about it, and I literally heard God say, "Start one." Have you ever heard God and wondered, is that God or just me talking to myself? I bet you have. I do it all the time. God was telling me to do something I had no idea how to do, and I had no interest in doing it. But this time, there was no doubt it wasn't me talking to myself, because I wouldn't have said that. About 3 weeks before that, I had met with our pastor trying to find a place to fit in. We didn't know each other well, and I was telling him a little bit about me, and I made the comment that my superpower is starting things. I've started businesses, I've started nonprofits, I've started ministries. Well, now God is saying put up or shut up. Talking with others, I learned that Sarah and Greg were having the same calling and had reached out to find other people who felt the same way. And as Carrie mentioned, last December, 16 people met in their home. And we sort of scratched our collective heads saying, what next? A representative of the Global Methodist Church, North Georgia, was there. And I pressed him pretty hard about where could I go to church next Sunday to check it out. I was ready for a change and I knew it. I was shocked to learn that in all of Gwinnett and surrounding counties, there was no GMC option. That set me on fire. I knew that we were not alone and needed to plow some hard ground so that others could follow. Not everybody's called to do this. One of the miraculous things about that meeting in December was the mix of people and skills, spiritual gifts that were brought together. We have strengths in prayer, graphics, finance, church politics, those people who know people. Hospitality, helping, teaching, ministering, preaching, and missions. And we're not that big. Look around. We have the patient and me. Patient has never been a word that's been used to describe me. This was a group of people from 4 different churches who all felt the same call at the same time. That was no accident. That was no coincidence. Folks, I'm here to tell you the Holy Spirit is alive and well in Gwinnett County. We dreamed about, what do we want to be? We came out with, we wanted a sanctuary, not a fancy room in a big building, but a safe haven where we could worship God honestly and joyfully, and that's an important word, according to the scriptures. One that could grow as others felt the same calling. It could be a launching pad for reaching the unchurched. And here we are. Tonight, if you hear that same calling and you feel that same peace, or you want to feel it, we hope you'll join us in growing this Spirit-led church. Because I'll tell you, we're not the leaders here. We're just following God.